You know, every single second of every day, there's this invisible war being fought. It's not on some far-off battlefield, but in the ones and zeros that connect pretty much our entire world. Now, this isn't going to be some dry, technical manual. Think of it more as an insider's guide, a peek into those digital battles and the playbook of the people who fight them for us. So let's open it up. I mean, really think about that for a second. When you're banking or shopping or just scrolling online, who is actually standing guard? Who's watching over your information, your identity, your entire digital life? It's a huge question, right? And the answer is way more fascinating than you might think. So the hero of our story today is the Cybersecurity Analyst. These are the digital guardians, the detectives, and the strategists on the front lines. And for the next few minutes, we're going to crack open their playbook and understand exactly how they keep us safe. Okay, let's start at the beginning with the foundation. Every single action a cybersecurity analyst takes, every tool they use, it's all built on just a handful of really powerful, unbreakable principles. This is the bedrock of all digital defense. The core philosophy, the absolute heart of all security, is something called the CIA triad. And no, not that CIA. It stands for confidentiality, which just means keeping your data secret from prying eyes, integrity, which is all about making sure that data can be trusted and hasn't been messed with, and availability, which means you can actually get to your data when you need it. Every security decision is just a careful balance of these three things. So how do analysts actually think about danger? Well, they use this simple but incredibly powerful equation. A vulnerability is just a weakness, right? Like an unlocked door. A threat is someone who might try to open that door, a potential attacker. And when you put them together, you get risk, the actual probability that something bad is going to happen. The analyst's whole job is to break this equation, usually by fixing that vulnerability.
So how do we guarantee that first part of the triad, confidentiality? The number one tool is encryption. You can just think of it as a secret code for your data. It takes perfectly readable information, what we call plain text, and just scrambles it into a totally unreadable format called ciphertext. Without the right key, it's just digital garbage.
And that secret code comes in two main flavors. First, you've got symmetric encryption. This uses one single key for both locking and unlocking the data. It's super fast, kind of like a simple lock on a diary. Then you have asymmetric, which is the real heavy-duty option. It uses a public key that anyone can use to lock data, but only you have the secret private key to unlock it. Think of it like a bank's Dropbox. Anyone can put money in, but only the bank can get it out. All right, so now that we get the basic principles of defense, we have to get to know the enemy. Let's take a look at the common adversaries and the weapons they're using in this digital war. You'll see pretty quickly how they all work together. First up, one of the most feared ones out there, ransomware. This is basically digital kidnapping. Some malicious software gets into a system, uses that exact same encryption we just talked about against you, and locks up all your files. Then, boom, a ransom note pops up demanding a payment to get your stuff back. But how does that ransomware even get in? Well, a lot of the time, it starts with this, phishing. And I guarantee you've seen this before. This isn't really a technical hack, it's a psychological one. It's those sneaky emails pretending to be your bank or your boss, trying to trick you into clicking a bad link. And that one little click can be the open door for everything else. And then there's the DDoS attack. The goal here isn't to steal your data, it's just to cause pure chaos. Attackers use this army of infected computers to just flood a website's server with junk traffic. It creates this massive digital traffic jam that makes the site completely unavailable for anyone who's actually trying to use it. So let's break down how an attack like phishing actually works. It follows 4 brutally effective steps. First is the bait, that really convincing, urgent email. Then the hook, that's you clicking the link. The catch is when you land on a fake login page that looks totally real and you enter your password. And finally, the theft. The attacker snags those credentials and now they're in. Okay, we've met the enemy. Now let's talk about the shield. How do analysts actually build a digital fortress to protect against all these threats? Well, it's a combination of a really paranoid mindset and some seriously powerful tools. It all starts with 2 core philosophies. First, zero trust. The motto here is simple: never trust, always verify. I mean, it doesn't matter if a request comes from inside or outside the network. Every single one has to prove it's legitimate. Second is the principle of least privilege, which is a fancy way of saying you only give people access to the absolute bare minimum they need to do their job, and not a single thing more. So the first line of defense in our fortress, that's the firewall. It's the digital gatekeeper, the high castle wall sitting at the very edge of the network. It inspects all the traffic coming in and going out, and based on a strict set of rules, it decides what gets through and what gets blocked. Now, inside the walls, we need surveillance. An IDS, or intrusion detection system, is kind of like a security alarm. It spots something suspicious and blares the alert for an analyst to check out. An IPS, an intrusion prevention system, is more like an active guard. It doesn't just send an alert, it actually steps in and blocks the threat on the spot. So if some malicious code tries to get in, the IPS just deletes it. So with all this going on, how does an analyst watch everything at once? They use a SIEM. The best way to think about it is as the central security command center. It pulls in data from firewalls, servers, every computer on the network, all into one single dashboard. It lets the analyst see the entire battlefield from one strategic viewpoint. And here is a tool that I know you use every single day: multi-factor authentication, or MFA. Yep, it's literally that code you get on your phone when you log into your email or your bank. It's such a simple but incredibly powerful second layer of defense. It proves you are who you say you are with something more than just a password that somebody could steal. Okay, so we've got the principles, we know the threats, and we've seen the tools. Now let's see how this all comes together in the daily mission of a real cybersecurity analyst. An analyst's work really splits into two modes. You've got proactive security, which is all about hunting for threats before they can do any damage. And then you have reactive security, which is about responding with speed and precision when an incident actually happens. You absolutely have to have a good offense and a good defense. So when an attack happens, analysts don't panic. They follow a playbook. The first, most critical step is containment. They immediately unplug the infected machine from the network to stop the attack from spreading. Then, eradication. They dig in, find the root cause of the threat, and get rid of it completely. And finally, recovery. They restore the system from clean backups and make sure it's safely back online. But, the best defense is a good offense. And that's where threat hunting comes in. This is like being a digital detective. Instead of waiting for an alarm to go off, the analyst is actively sifting through the network, looking for those tiny, subtle clues and hidden tracks that sophisticated attackers and even automated systems might have missed. Ultimately, the whole job can be summed up perfectly like this. I proactively detect threats, handle incidents, analyze logs, and maintain strong cyber defense using modern tools and best practices. See, they aren't just firefighters waiting for a problem. They are the proactive guardians of that digital fortress. And that brings us right back to where we started. In a world that is always on, always connected, the work of these digital guardians has never been more important. So the next time you log on, just remember the playbook and remember the people using it to watch your back.